Shall we start the demo?
Yeah, sure.
Okay then. First, as you are planning for experience, I want to ask a few questions. Okay. Then, based upon your knowledge levels, I have to plan my further training sessions. Okay, that's what I'm going to ask some basic questions. If you are not having the knowledge on that, just tell me that. I will go through that. I don't have any problem with that. Okay. Here, any idea what is project? Okay, then I will give you a clear picture about this terminology, because as you are planning experience, you have to know these basic terminologies. In a proper way, you have to explain it. I mean, nobody is going to ask you these type of questions, but you have to aware about this. The thing is, here project means in a simple words according to the, okay, testing wise or whatever it may be. Just I will give you a statement, and with the example I will explain. Project means if you are implementing any application in the point of a single customer, we can call it as project. I'm repeating the statement one more time. If you are implementing any application in the point of a single customer, we can call it as project. Example, if you go for, assume that you have an account in ICICI Bank. Assume that you have an account in ICICI Bank. If you want to deposit the amount into your account, you are going to visit the bank and you are going to fill the form. After filling the form, you are going to give it to the teller, that form with the money. Okay, what the teller will do is going to open your account in his system, nothing but in his application. What is the application in front of him? One application will be there. In that application is going to give your account number and is going to open the application. Your account page will be open. Then he is going to add the amount to your account. Then you are going to getting reflected that particular amount into your account. This is a process they are going to do it, right? That application which he is going to use in that particular bank premises, is that particular application can be accessible from outside?
No.
It's not possible, right? It's not possible. Yeah. It is going to accessible only in that bank premises. If example, if you means that application has implemented by one of the software company, that application has implemented by some software company, that software company has implemented that application in the point of ICICI Bank customer. That means ICICI Bank person has given some requirements to the software company, and based upon that requirements, that particular customer, that particular company people has implemented that application, and they have provided to the particular ICICI Bank people, and that can be usable by only ICICI Bank employees. Right?
Yeah.
That means that's the point. The software company has implemented that application for the sake of ICICI Bank. That means only single customer out there. That means that type of things we can call it as, according to the software company, a project. A project. Project means if you are implementing any application in the point of a single customer, we can call it as project over there. Understood?
Yeah.
Any questions? Okay. Coming to the product. If you are implementing any application in the point of multiple users, we can call it as product. If you are implementing any application in the point of multiple users, we can call it as product. Example, Microsoft products. Example, I can say you Microsoft products. Microsoft is implementing operating system, antivirus, some language. Okay, they have created all the things for the sake of multiple users. They have created and they have released into the market to sell in the market. Is that right or not? Okay, that type of things we can call it as product. That type of thing we can call it as product. Here, coming to the Microsoft, okay, it is releasing. It's a general example. If you require a small, means like in the general life, if you go for soap, if you go for water bottle, okay, if you go for paste, these are the things, okay, manufacturing companies are manufacturing the products for the sake of multiple users or not?
Yeah, multiple.
That's nothing but those are, we are calling generally as products, right? Like that only here also, product means, if any, means coming to the software wise, if any company is implementing any application for the sake of multiple customers, we can call it as product. Example, Microsoft Windows operating system, OS. They have created that application, they have created that software, and they have given it to the multiple users to use it. Right? They are not implementing that OS for the sake of single user. They are implementing that thing for the sake of multiple users.
Okay.
Now, do you got the clarity between project to the product? Any questions in that?
Yeah.
Is that a flow? What I am going, is that enough? Do you want me to decrease the speed?
No, that's enough.
Okay then. If you are getting any problem while I'm explaining, please stop me and ask there itself. I don't have any problem in that.
Okay, sure.
Okay?
Okay.
Understand? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, my next question. Project means single customer will be there. He's going to give the requirements. According to the customer requirements, the software company is going to implement the application. But coming to the product wise, who is going to give the requirements to the company to implement something?
Product owner.
Product owner. Means in which way? Product owner means you are saying about company person, company related person.
Yeah.
How they are going to gather the requirements? Assume that you are a product, you want to create a new operating system and you want to release into the market. Assume that you want to create a new operating system and you want to release into the market to sell in the market. Okay, how we are going to gather the requirements?
According to the market needs, they analyze and they will get.
Exactly. That's the answer. Perfect. Every product-based companies are going to maintain one of the department called R&D department, research and development. Okay, that means single person. That is not a single person work. That's not a single person work. Okay. Every company, our product-based companies are going to maintain one of the departments separately, which is nothing but R&D, research and development. Those companies, people, that department people are going to research in the market. What they are going to research in the market? Assume that if you want to create a new operating system and if you want to release into the market, they are going to check with what are the existing operating systems are available in the market and what are the existing, what are the features they are providing and with how much cost they are providing. This is all the information they are going to get it and they are going to put it into a document. After that, they are going to take a few end user feedback, what exactly they are expecting. They are going to take the feedback and they are going to put that particular features also into the document. After completion of the preparation, they are going to send it to the technical department of the company. Because those are the right people who is going to decide that which can be implementable, which cannot be implementable. Which can be implementable, which cannot be implementable. That's nothing but the particular practicality. That means which can be implementable, which cannot be implementable will be decided by the technical department of the company. Once they will decide, they will finalize the document and they are going to send it to the testing department as well as development department. Parallelly, that developers are going to develop the application. Meanwhile, the testers are going to write the test cases for that application. Once the application ready, the testers are going to apply the test cases execution on the application and they are going to report the defects and the retesting, regression testing, all the things you know that as a manual testing, we are going to see all those things, all those stuff, how they are going to carry out the total testing process.
Yeah.
Got it? This is a parallel work. Means while you are implementing the test cases, you won't be available with any application. You are going to see some document and you are going to prepare the test cases. Once the application is ready, before application is ready, you have to be ready with the finalized test cases to execute on the application.
Yes.
Right? This is a parallel activity. This is a small introduction between what is project and what is product. Got it? Any questions upon?
Okay, no question.
Okay then. Now, next, why we have to go for automation? Next, my question. You know manual testing. That's what I'm not giving the introduction to the automation manual testing. Okay. Directly, I'm going to start automation testing. Why automation testing is required? Why automation is required?
Time saving.
Okay. Time
And
saving.
repeated tasks. No need to write test cases and again. So we can use automation.
Okay, that means you are saying that first one is time, second one is what is that? Repetition you are saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Repetition. Repetition means to decrease that repetition part only, you are going to go with time, right? That means to decrease automatically for the time saving only, you are going for automation. At that point of time, automatically repetition will be decreased at that point of time. Okay. Other than that, Okay, I will tell you a small example, okay, with a general life. Then I will get into this particular application part and testing part. General life example we will speak. Okay, example, assume that, okay, in a family, two members are there. In a family, two members are there. They used to drink the coffee 2 times a day. 2 times a day. Is there any requirement for the coffee machine over there?
No need.
Not
Because 2 times. Yeah.
two people, and as well as only 2 times they used to drink the coffee. Okay, that's what that coffee machine is not required. Now, assume that a family contains 25 to 30 people. They used to drink coffee 5 to 10 times a day. 5 to 10 times a day. At that point of time,
Yeah, it's required.
it's required. That mission is required. Why the mission is required at that point of time? In the second example, what I told you, why require the mission over there?
Number of people, and they are using number of times also.
Yes, number of iterations and the number of people has increased at that point of time. That's what they have gone through the automation. Automation means which that is automating, making coffee. That coffee machine is automating the making coffee activity. Making coffee activity. That means because of number of people increased, because of number of iterations increased, you have gone through the automation over there. In the same situation, coming to the application wise, okay, if the application is having required more regression cycles, and regression cycles are long and iterative. Regression cycles are long and iterative. Long means longer time, longer period, time criteria. Long means. Iterative means repetitive. For which type of projects this process will be there? For which type of projects the regression cycles are long and iterative?
Web-based.
Sorry?
Web-based projects.
Not only web-based, whatever it may be, desktop also or client-server application also, they require maintenance. Means if you have to say the answer at that point of time, maintenance projects and big-size projects. For big-size projects and for maintenance projects, the regression cycles are long and iterative. If you take maintenance application, any banking application will come under maintenance applications, right? Maintenance application. At that point of time, assume that the company has given 10 years of contract to one of the software company to maintain their particular software. 10 years contract they have given it to the company. What they are going to do? Meanwhile, many features they are going to modify it meanwhile, right? Within the 10 years, for each and every year, they are going to add some new features to the particular thing, and they are going to remove some existing features from the application. Is that right or not? Modification, frequent change request the company is going to give. Why we have to make changes to the application frequently? If it is a maintenance application, assume that if you go for Windows operating system, now it is running with Windows 10. Now it is running with Windows 10. Is that going to stop with Windows 10?
No.
Why it is not stopping? Why they are upgrading every time?
They will add new features and all.
Yeah, why they are adding? If their product want to exist in the market consistently for a longer period,
Yeah.
if their product want to exist in the market for a longer period, they have to continuously change the requirements for their application according to the current marketing standards. Okay, if you are upgrading, assume that if you want to get a job, you are upgrading to Selenium. Why you are upgrading to Selenium? You know with the manual testing, right? Why you are upgrading to the Selenium? According to the current market requirements. If you are upgrading, then only you are going to get the job at that point of time, right?
Yes.
Like that only, if they are updating the features in their application according to the current marketing standards, then only the more customers will come to your application, then customer business will get increased. Okay, that's what they are going to frequently change the features to their application according to the current marketing strategies. That's what that R&D department work is not a single day activity. Okay, that R&D department people work is not a single day activity for product based companies. On regular basis, they have to do the R&D on the current market, and they have to keep on updating the features to the particular technical department of the company. According to that, they have to do the modifications every time. Got it? Any questions about that? Okay. The major drawbacks of manual testing and major advantages of automation testing are: first one is accuracy. Why accuracy? why accuracy is increased if you go for automation. As a human, we are going to do mistakes, right? As a human, we are going to do the mistakes. That's one of the criteria. And one more thing, if you are working, assume that in a manual testing, I'm asking you a question. In manual testing, is there any proof that whether you have executed the test case or not? Is there any proof in manual testing? Do you got my question?
Screenshots.
Do you got my question? What I'm asking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Screenshot, when you are going to take the screenshot, if it is fails. If it is fails, then you are going to take the screenshot.
Yeah, if you find bugs and all, we can take screenshots otherwise.
If you are making it pass,
yeah.
There is no requirement to take the screenshot at that point of time. Right?
Yeah.
Then, if you are reporting it as pass, is there any proof that whether you have executed the test case or not?
No.
There is no proof, right?
Yeah.
At that point of time, as a tester, there is a chances of updating the result without executing the test case.
Yeah.
There is a possibility, right?
Yeah.
Means after delivering the application to the client, if in that location only they are getting of mistakes, nothing but it will comes into the picture. The failure will comes into the picture. Failure is very costly thing to resolve it, right? Okay, that's what the accuracy is going to miss. Wantonly the testers will not do like that. It means the situations will come like that. Which situations? Under the time pressure, under the work pressure, if you are working at that point of time, obviously they are going to do these type of things.
Yeah,
okay?
they can
assume that. Yeah. Why? Because generally in a single day you can capable of executing 30 test cases. Assume that 30 test cases you can capable of executing. On that day, the team leader told you to execute 90 test cases. Within the same time, is that possible to complete 90 test cases execution?
No.
Practically not possible, right? Maybe generally daily is going to do 30 test cases, but if he is covering with some other works, if we are not going for that other works, he can execute maximum more 10 test cases or 15 test cases. That means 45 or 50 he can capable of executing. But 90 means? Obviously, in that type of situations, there is a chance of updating the result without executing the test cases, right?
Yeah.
Then at the end, if you are not executing and if you are reporting it as pass, at the end it will become failure at that point of time, if any defects will found in that area. Okay, again the procedures will be there. They have to do some root cause analysis, why the defect has found, how we have to resolve it. Okay, it is going to take much more time, much more budget to resolve it.
Yes.
Okay, that's the accuracy related part. If you are executing the same thing with the automation, at that point of time, if you are executing 10 times, or if you are executing 1000 times or 1 lakh times, it won't say no and it won't give you any wrong result at that point of time. 100% accuracy will be covered over there. Okay, that's a major part. Accuracy. Then what you said is right, time. Assume that if it is a maintenance project, every time they are going to give frequent build releases. Okay, at that point of time, for each and every build release, you have to test it from the scratch. At that point of time, you have to repeat the test case execution a number of times. The same test cases you have to execute repeatedly for each and every new build release. At that point of time, for each and every new build release, if you want to execute it, it is going to take more time, okay, to execute the test cases by humans. Okay, if the same thing will be carried out through the particular automation, is going to do that thing within a less span of time. And as well as resources. If you want to complete the work within the time in manual testing, you have to recruit more people to complete the work. Resources means employees wise, I'm saying. So these are the major drawbacks of the manual testing and advantages of the automation testing. Just I have given you a few over here. Okay. This is a thing why we have to go for automation. These are major drawbacks of manual testing, and we are going for automation testing for these things. And now my question is that automation testing is replacement for manual testing?
No.
Why so?
in automation we can't do some test cases like integration testing and all.
Integration testing means that will be done by the developers, right? We are not responsible for that.
Yeah.
Here we are speaking about only testing process, testing automation we are speaking.
We can't go 100% automation. Manual is required.
Yes, exactly. Can you tell me one situation for that?
Some functional testings and all.
Sorry?
Some functional testing and all we need to do manually only.
Actually, Selenium is a functional automation testing tool. Selenium specifically for especially for the functional automation testing tool to automate the testing process. Okay, no problem. I will give you the things. Here, as you said is right. What is the thing is, never ever automation testing is replacement for the manual testing. Okay. If your project contains 500 test cases, we cannot capable of automating each and every test case to automation. Example I will tell you. CAPTCHA. Any idea what is CAPTCHA?
No.
Dynamically changing images. Example. Okay. What is the example? If you go for Gmail registration, if you want to register your mail ID, you want to create a new mail ID for your sake. At that point of time, while you are going for Gmail registration, okay, at that point of time, it is going to ask you to enter some image-related words. In the image, it contains some letters. It is going to ask you to enter that particular image-related words into that particular text box, right? In that Gmail registration. Yes, at that point of time, for each and every page refreshment, that images related values will be getting changed, right?
Yes.
At that point of time, those type of things we can call it as CAPTCHAs. Is that possible to automate it? Is that CAPTCHAs can be possible to automate it?
No.
It's not possible to do it. Okay? That's like that. One situation I told you. Okay? That type of functionalities we cannot be automatable. One example I told. Like that for each and every application, some situations will be there which we cannot be programmable. At that point of time, there is no option. You have to go for manual testing. Yes,
like GUI also we cannot go automation.
Sorry?
GUI also we cannot go automation.
That's you are saying that UI testing, user interface you are saying, right? Look and feel, logos.
Yeah, graphical user interface.
GUI is different and UI is different.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going for functionality testing through the Selenium, and we have some other tools to go for non-functional system testing. For UI testing also some tools are there in the market, but it won't give you the perfect answers or perfect things. It won't give it to you. Perfectly it will not work in all the situations. That's what they will go for manual most of the times. They won't go for automation for that UI testing and all those things. Okay, they will go for manually only at that point of time. Tools are available, but those are not perfect tools to give you the perfect things over there.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Any questions up to now? Are you there? Are you able to hear me? Any questions up to now?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Are you asking something?
That look and feel and all we can't go automation, right? How that icons and all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We cannot go for automation at that point of time. We will go for manually only. We are going to see. We have some tools in the market. That's what I'm saying you. But those are not going to provide you perfect things over there. Instead of that, you can go with manually. That's a better option. That's what I'm saying. Here we are going for functional automation. System testing means you are learning Selenium that will comes under functional automation testing tool. I'm saying.
Okay.
That is that UI you are saying that will comes under non-functional testing. That is UI will comes under non-functional testing. Any idea functional testing and non-functional testing? What are the things will comes under non-functional system testings?
Stress testing, load testing, performance testing.
Yes, UI, security testing, and as well as performance, load, stress testing, Okay, these are all the things will comes under non-functional system testing parts. Compatibility testing. Okay, these are all the things will comes under non-functional testing parts. But if you go for load testing, we have tools in the market. We have, if you go for performance testing, tools in the market. If you go for RPT, Rational Performance Tester, which is the IBM tool to go for the performance testing automation. If you go for load testing, load runner is a tool to automate the load testing related part. RACE means JMeter is a performance testing tool. Okay, Silk Performer. Okay, we have different tools for the particular non-functional system testing also. Okay, those are different tools that will come under non-functional system testing parts. Okay, but here according to here, we are speaking about Selenium. Selenium will come under functional automation testing tool. It's a functional automation testing tool. Okay. This is a basic idea. Okay. Now, before selecting a project to the automation, there is no rule that for each and every project we will go for automation. Okay, it's better to go for which type of projects are suitable for going for automation. Means if it's a big size application, if it's a maintenance application, then only they will go for automation. Otherwise, it is not suggestible to go for automation. That means I am not saying it cannot be possible. It's possible, but suggestible thing I am saying. For small size applications or for one-time testing applications, the customers is not in a position, to bear the budget for automation. If they are ready for the budget, okay, company won't say no, they will accept it and they will do the particular automation out there. But not required. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a thing, okay, for which type of projects automation is suitable. Next, big size applications and maintenance applications. Okay, these are the things related to automation related things. And one more thing I want to say here means if you want to select means before going for selection process to the automation your project, I want to ask one question over here. Okay, for manual testing, as I said to you before, okay, we cannot capable of automating all the manual test cases to automation. Okay, as like that. I am asking you one question based upon that. From which build onwards you are going to start the automation?
Which build?
Build means internal build releases will be there, right? Okay, that means if you want to release an application into the market, means first internally n number of releases will be there. Internally n number of releases will be there. At that point of time, internally n number of releases is available means, okay, for each and every that releases we can call it as, some companies are going to give the names as release 1, release 2, release 3. Some companies are going to give the name it as build 1, build 2, build 2, build 3. And some companies are going to give it as version V 1.0, 1.2, 1.3 like that. They are going to give some versionings. Different companies are going to provide different names. That's what I am asking. If we assume that they are calling it as build, okay, from which build onwards you are going to start automation? That means from a first build, or otherwise from second build onwards you are going to start. From which build onwards you are going to start? I am asking the question. Understood what I am asking?
Yeah, second build onwards.
Why so? Why not from first build?
First build they will go for manual. If it is repeated means they will go for automation.
Okay, I will tell you the thing in a proper way. Here, application for the first build, is there any guarantee that application is stable in first build?
No.
It's not, you cannot capable of saying that in the first build whether the application is stable or not. Okay, yeah. If you are automating something on an unstable build, at that point of time, keep on changing the code by the developer. While the developer is changing the code in a continuous manner, again according to the changes by the developer in their source code, again you have to change the automation related code also. At this point of time, there's a waste of time, waste of budget. That's what it's preferable to go with second build onwards. At least in a first build, if it is executed 85% of the test cases successfully, then only we have to start the automation. Otherwise, we are not going for automation.
Okay.
That's what the application we are going to start automation from second build onwards. from the second build onwards. We are not going to start automation from the first build onwards. It's not preferable. If they are going for also, again they have to rework on that. Repeatedly they have to do the rework on that.
If it is maybe second will be also change the code and all, means what they will do.
Here, actually, that's what I am saying. Means if the first build 85% of the test cases are executed successful, they are working on that. While they are working on that, means in the created thing they want to do the modifications. Maybe they are going to add the new features, right? Every time they are going to add the features to the application build by build, but they won't change the existing application code over there, right?
But in Agile methodology, keep on changing requirements and keep on changing code also. And how they can go automation?
Then there is no option with that. They have to keep on changing the code in automation at that point of time.
Oh.
That's what I am saying. For all the types, this situation is not going to consider. If it is agile process, they are also keep on changing the automation code over there.
Okay.
But that is not suggestible. That's what I am saying. Okay, that's not a preferable thing I am saying. Okay, keep on, they have to change the code accordingly. If it is agile process, there is no obvious thing. Yeah, they have to keep on changing the coding at that point of time. Got it? Any other questions?
Yeah, no.
Okay then. Now assume that before selecting a project to before going for a project selection to automation, the high level management is going to prepare two of the documents, which is nothing but POC and ROI. Okay, for the project approval to automation. If they will give the approval, then only they are going to select a project to the automation. Otherwise, they won't. For that thing, they are going to prepare these two documents for the approval. What is the POC? Any idea?
No.
Proof of concept. That's nothing but a proof of concept.
Oh.
Proof of concept, that is. Actually, the high-level management, they are going to do some R&D on the application and on the tool. They are going to do the R&D on the application and the tool. Whether that application is suitable for automation or not. If you will go for automation, what are the practical problems we may face? Okay, which technology useful for that, and which tool is suitable for that. If you are selecting one tool, okay, what are the problems we may face? Okay, how much useful to that for this application? Okay, how much means think problems are they are going to compare problems with the particular advantages and problems. All the things they are going to do some R&D and case study on the application and tool, and they are going to put all that information into one document, which is nothing but POC, and they are going to send it to the high level management for the approval. Okay, that is nothing but proof of concept. Nothing but they are going to do some feasibility study on the application and the tool, which is available in the markets. And if they are going to put all those information in the document, and apart from that document, they are going to prepare one more document also, which is nothing but ROI. Any idea what is this ROI?
No.
Return on investment. The name it is saying you something. Can you expect something? What it contains?
What is that budget for automation?
Return on investments means profits. Initially, you have to put some investment to automate the test cases for automation. Okay. After that, how much profits you are getting once the automation is completed. That means, example, assume that it's a 10 years maintenance application. To automate manual test cases to automation, it is going to take, assume 2 to 3 years. Assume that 3 years it has taken. Initially, for these 3 years, they have to put some investment on the automation resources. That means employees, and on the tool or something else. They have to put some investment initially on the particular employees. Assume that initially to automate the test cases to automation, they have taken 20 members. 20 members of team to automate the manual test cases to automation, they have recruited. After 3 years, assume that it has taken 3 years of time to automate it to automate it. At that point of time, after 3 years, from 4th year onwards, still they are going to maintain that 20 people for remaining 7 years?
No need.
No, right? what they will do, they will make it to 3 to 5 people at that point of time. For maintenance, you don't require that many resources in an automation. What they are going to do, they are going to remove, or otherwise they are going to divert that people to other project. Depends upon the company standards. Okay, at that point of time, they will continue from fourth year onwards with the 3 to 5 people. Okay, at that point of time, from 4th year onwards, are they getting the profits or not?
Yeah, they will get.
Yeah, that's the means. That's why they are going to do that study in the initial itself, and they are going to check for the investment initially, how much we have to invest. After that, how much returns we are going to get on that within these 10 years. They are going to calculate all those things, and those things also they are going to put it into one document called return on investment, and they are going to submit these 2 documents to the particular high-level management, and they are going to analyze it, and they are going to go for the approval. If they are giving the approval, then the project has selected for automation. Otherwise, it is not going to select it. Again, one more criteria: if the customer is going to accept that budget, then only they are going to select the project for the automation. Otherwise, they won't select. Customer also in a position to bear the budget. Then only they are going for the automation. Otherwise, they won't. Got it?
Yeah.
Then, after preparation of this, okay, they have given the approval for the automation. Okay, means, as I told you before, all the test cases cannot be automatable. Then, who is going to identify which to be automated, which not to be automated?
QA.
QA means as a tester you are saying. Tester is going to identify that.
No.
Team leader is going to identify.
Yeah, QA lead.
A team lead is going to identify that. At this point of time, on which basis is going to identify which to be automatable, which not to be automated, which to be automated, which not to be automated. Some key points should be there, right? While is identifying which to be automated, which not to be automated. Okay. What is the things he is going to keep in mind before selecting a test case to automation? First thing he has to keep in mind whether that test case can be programmable or not. Whether that test case can be programmable or not. Then once that is completed, if that is programmable, then they will go for next point identification, which is nothing but is that test case is repeating n number of times or not. Repeatability. If the test case is not repeating n number of times, is there any use to go for automation for that particular test case?
No.
It's not useful at that point.
No, it is. Yeah.
It's not required, right?
Yeah.
It's not required. Why? Because as you know that, okay, if they are providing 100% budget to the project, under that 75 to 80% of the budget they are going to provide it to the development department. Only 20 to 25% of the budget they are going to allocate to the testing department. Within that 20 to 25%, you have to cover all those things. Okay. At this point of time, they won't. That's what they are specific. Okay. They are going to think all these things and they are going to select the test case to automation. If it is not repeating a number of times, they won't select that test case for the automation. That's one of the things. Next one, reusability. What is this reusability here? Any idea?
We can use the script for further verification.
Yes, not further verification. Actually, in real-time environment, you should not repeat the number of lines of code a number of times. You should not repeat it. Every time you have to be, whatever the things you are writing, you have to reuse every time. Okay, repeatedly. Assume that if you go for 2 test cases, I am asking you, can you tell me the steps for Gmail login functionality as well as compose mail functionality? These 2 scenarios are there. Can you tell me the steps how we are going to test case for that functionalities?
Gmail login.
Login and compose mail. 2 different scenarios. Can you tell me the test case for that? Steps how we are going to write it.
Enter Gmail URL.
Yes, enter valid URL and click go. That's one of the thing. Next.
And enter
valid username and the password, clicking on sign in button. Second step. You are going to do the sign out. Next step, then close. These are the 4 steps. If you go for compose mail, again launch, login. Next, compose mail, log out, sign out, close. Okay, these are the 5 steps. At this point of time, for these 2 test cases, launch, login, sign out, and close are common, right?
Yeah.
At that point of time, if you are writing the test case code for the launch, you have to repeat. You should not repeat one more time. You have to reuse it. Okay, like that, whatever the code you are writing is that can be reusable or not. If you are automating the test case too, means if you are a manual test case, if you are automating, at that point of time, can we reuse the code a number of times or not? They are going to check reusability. That reusability they are going to check. Then next one, last and the most important thing is budget. Okay, is that budget is permitting or not? Okay, to take into that particular automation. If all these key points, these are the major key points they are going to keep in mind while they are selecting a manual test case for automation. So this is a major thing. Okay, this is the things. Based upon these key points, the team leader is going to make ready which to be automate, which not to be automate, which to be automate, and which not to be automate. And they are going to put it into one document, and they are going to send it to the automation team to analyze it and to automate it. Got it? Any questions at all? Then automation process will be start once that is. This is a behind stories. What will happen? Okay, before selecting a project to the automation. These are all the things. Because as you are putting experience, you require just an idea about this, what it is happening. Okay. Then once the project is approved for the particular automation, they are going to carry out the automation programming process by using ATLC, automation testing lifecycle. As like STLC in manual testing, software testing lifecycle, like that only for automation also we have some lifecycle. Okay, like this they are going to carry out the total testing process by using this automation testing lifecycle. Up to here, do you have any questions?
Selenium is only supporting web-based application only, right?
Yes, Selenium is a tool which is going to support only web-based applications.
But everyone going for Selenium.
Why? Because you know that in nowadays most of the times you are going to see web applications. Most of the times. Why? Because the applications are doing business here itself, right?
Selenium is also open source.
Yeah, that's a one thing which is nothing but open source. You don't need to pay something for the tool. The thing is, most of the times you are going for the web applications only in nowadays market. Okay, most of the times you are going to see web applications. Okay, very less and few you are going to see for desktop and client server applications.
Mobile app applications also they are using Selenium.
Through Selenium only. That is other thing. APM, APPIUM. APM is a thing you have to learn it separately for mobile testing. Got it? This is the thing related to automation part. In automation, again, we have some tools. In the it means you are going to see in tools we have licensed tools, open source tools, and customized tools.
Okay.
Licensed means you know that you have to pay something for the particular company to use that tool. Something like for the license, like QDB. QDB is a tool which is a commercial tool which is related to HP. Now the name is UFT. You should not call it as QDB. That's a UFT, Unified Functional Tester. They have changed the name.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then coming to the Selenium, is an open source tool. This is also functional automation testing tool. QDB, what you told, that also comes under functional automation testing tool.
That Cucumber also, it is in Selenium part or a different one?
It is actually in a Selenium. They are going to use Cucumber for the sake of framework to do some framework. We are going to use some framework related part. They are going to use different types of frameworks. We are going to see in that.
You are explaining including Selenium or that one is different one?
Means the basic idea I am going to give it to you. If you require in-depth knowledge on that, that's a separate part again. I'm going to give the framework how we are going to give the information about initial. I'm going to take 2 or 3 test cases, 1 or 2 test cases, and I'm going to explain how we are going to implement through the Cucumber. But as you are putting 3 years, means you are not going to put 3 years of experience on Selenium, right?
Yeah, we are just manual testing I am putting, but Selenium.
You are going to, means you want to plan, are you planning any experience on Selenium?
No.
You have to put it. Then only you are going to get the cards more. At least you have to put 3 years if you are planning. At least 3 years you are planning. 2 years put it on manual testing. At least you have to put 8 months to 1 year on the Selenium.
Yeah, but here very difficult to put fake because everyone is tracing.
Okay, that means do you have practical experience on manual testing?
Yeah, I have that one.
I asked you, do you have any experience in testing or otherwise other than the other domain? You said no.
But I don't have real-time experience. I did one of my friend project.
Okay, as a freelancer,
Yeah.
you did?
Yeah, online marketing, that one I did.
Okay, e-commerce application.
Yeah.
Okay then. Okay, that experience you want to file it up, right?
Yeah.
Okay then. Then you are doing right. You can make it the test cases and you can put it at that point of time. You are going to get that designation as a tester, right? What is the designation of yours? Any designation or any particular pay slips do you have for that?
Yeah, quality analyst I put.
At that point of time, quality analyst means, okay, maybe manual or maybe automation. For automation also, they are going to give that designation only, right?
Yeah, but they are asking particularly about only automation testing experience.
Means if you want to plan it, you can plan it for 6 months and 1 year because the designation will not be changed. In your thing, your responsibilities you can explain in front of the interviewer. That won't make you problem to put 6 months to 1 year on Selenium. And whatever the programs, whatever the things I am going to cover in this total sessions, okay, you can capable after, if you are perfect with the topics which I am going to discuss, you can put the experience on Selenium purely on Selenium. You can capable of putting 2 to 3 years of experience, and as well as you can capable of surviving in the company after entering into the company. If you are putting experience not only for the interview clearance and for the surviving purpose also, it will be useful. If you are perfect with each and every concept what I am going to deliver in the class.
Okay.
With that much knowledge you are going to get it. Okay. What are the things I am going to explain in my content? I am going to give you an overview over here. A brief overview I am going to give it to you. Okay. First we are going to discuss, we have Selenium. Selenium is an open source tool and it is a functional automation testing tool. It is used for only web application testing. And Selenium having 4 components. Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, and Selenium Webdriver.
Selenium Grid.
Grid. What is Grid? Any idea?
No.
Now it's a version 2. Okay. Selenium IDE is nothing but a recording and playback. Nothing but it is a tool for doing the.
Selenium RC and Selenium Webdriver they merged, right?
Selenium RC has deprecated actually. Then nobody is using that now. Right now in the market, the Selenium IDE also nobody is using in the market. Okay, right now they are going with Selenium Webdriver. Selenium Webdriver. Okay. Now with that Grid also they are using. Grid also we are using. Okay, Grid 1 means first version of the Grid will be work on the basis of RC. Now the RC is not used by anyone. The WebDriver they are using, and now Grid 2 is going to working on the basis of WebDriver. Okay, that's the part you are going to use it. Now here, in initial class, in the first class, as Selenium ID is not required, but the thing is, there is a chance of asking some questions on that in the interview. For that sake, a basic introduction to the IDE in one class I am going to give it to you. How to record the script, how to execute it, how to execute individual test cases, how to execute the test set. Test suite is nothing but a collection of test cases, how we are going to execute it. Those are all the things we are going to see it. After that, means we can convert that code which was created by the Selenium IDE, we can convert that code into your language. It is going to provide you that option. Means like Selenium IDE is going to record the script in the basis of Selenium language. Okay, we can convert that code. We can convert that code into Java, TestNG, and or otherwise some C# or otherwise to some Perl, Python. Okay, different types of languages will be there. Selenium is going to support different types of languages like JavaScript, C#, VB and as well as we can write the programs through Perl, Python, Ruby. Okay, like this different languages. By using these many different languages, you can write the programs by using Selenium.
Okay.
Okay, Selenium is going to support. Sorry, Python.
Nowadays, Python is using more of most of the companies, I think.
Means if you go for total market, not only in your area, if you go for the total market, most of the times they will go with Java only because it's very user friendly. It means many users, many developers will be get into that part of that.
I hear the Python is scripting very easy. If you write 2-3 lines in Java, it will be in 1 line in Python, like that.
That means, that's what I'm saying. I mean, how many developers will be there related to the Python in the market?
Oh.
That means that's what they are going to analyze the resources also. Okay, if the less resources are available in the market at that point of time, they have to invest it more, right? Budget-wise, the company people. Okay, that's what they are going for, the more resources. If you go for Java related part, most of the developers will be, most of the people who knows about the Java, they are going to find in the market. Simply they are going to go with Java at that point of time. That's again company based. Okay, company based, application based, they are going to select it. Okay, that's based upon the company, based upon the particular client or project type technology, they are going to select the particular type of language in a Selenium. Okay, here in this market, like in India, most of the times they will go with Java itself, JavaScript itself. You are speaking from means right now. Where are you now? In India itself, or otherwise outside India?
No, in Singapore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe according to your market, they are asking Python in your team. Are you asking Python in your in Singapore market? Is they are asking with Python?
Yeah, I saw some jobs and all. They are asking Python also.
Just go through your related job portals will be there, right?
Yeah.
In Singapore job portals, just search it in the Singapore job portals. Okay, you are going to get the things right for which they are asking more. Just go through that. Most of the times Java will be on top. Just check it once with yourself. If you want to check it on which technology you have more openings, go to the related your country related job portals and search it for the technology for which technology they are asking more. Like a test in a Selenium, which language there are Selenium openings. Just search for the Selenium technology job openings. Then you can go through all the things. You will get to know that for which you are getting more related parts over there. Likewise, you have to search in the job portals which one is having more requirements. Then you will come to know that.
Okay.
Okay. In my training, you are going through the Java.
Okay.
Okay. Here, Selenium IDE I am going to discuss first. Then Selenium RC is not going to useful to discuss it also. I am not going to discuss anything about Selenium RC. Then coming to the WebDriver. Before going for the Selenium WebDriver starting, first you have to know the Java concepts. I am going to discuss about the Java concepts first. Okay. Then after completion of this basics, you will go for WebDriver related programs. In Selenium WebDriver related programs, initially I am going to start with basic element operations. Element operations means, you know that text boxes, check boxes, list boxes, drop downs, okay, buttons, links. We have different types of things, calendar operations, web table operations. If you know how to automate, okay, that element related things, how to interact with the elements, then automatically you can write the total program for the test case automation, right?
Yeah.
That means if you go for Gmail login, what are the steps you are going to write? Enter valid URL and click go, and enter valid username, password and click on login. Then click on sign out. Then go for close. Okay, these are the things you are going to write. If you want to open the browser and open the application, you have to know through the script how you are going to open the browser, how you are going to open the application in that. Then you have to know how to enter the username into the username text box, email text box, and how to click on the next button, how to enter the password into the text boxes, and how to click on a sign in button. Like this, if you know how to interact with basic elements like text box operation, buttons operation, links operation, if you know automatically, you can write the total code for the Gmail login. Like that, first we are going to discuss about the basic element operations. Okay, how to interact with the different elements, text boxes, buttons, links, drop downs, okay, and as well as latest options like mouse overs, keyboard and mouse operations, okay, drop down, drag and drops, okay, and as it is a web application also there is some situations where you have to interact with the desktop operations, right, like file upload and file downloads. You are going to download some things from your web application to your local system, and you are going to upload some local desktop files into the web application sometimes. These type of situations will be there where you have to interact with the desktop elements, right?
Yeah.
At that point of time, Selenium is not going to support, but you have to go for the automation at that point of time. For that sake, you are going to use some third-party tools, AutoIT and Robot. Like this, you are going to use it. Okay, we are going to discuss these things also, how to automate the desktop element operations. Okay, like this, if you know how to interact with each and every elements and how to interact like this with the particular, okay, AutoIT and Robot related classes, we are going to discuss it up to now, element operations. Once that is completed, then you are ready to write the programs for the test cases, right? If that is completed, you are ready to write the test cases. Then if you are ready for the test cases, then I can go with the concepts called frameworks. In these frameworks, I am going to cover different frameworks. First one, function modularity framework. Okay, function modularity framework. Then data-driven. Then data-driven. Then TestNG. Then keyword-driven. Then hybrid. Then POM. Okay, these are the things. These are the different types of frameworks I am going to cover in my particular content. These type of frameworks it is going to cover. Got it? This type of frameworks I am going to cover. I am going to take one of the application which is available in live, and I am going to pick 4 or 5 scenarios in that, and I am going to explain each and every framework with that particular 4 or 5 scenarios. Okay, if you are automating one test case or 100 number of test cases, process will not be changed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a part we are going to check it. Once that is completed, high level topics like Maven, okay, before that grid, then Maven, then GitHub, then Jenkins. These topics we are going to discuss in our content. These are the high level topics. If you are not putting experience anything on Selenium, these things are you are not going to involve in the after entering into the company. You are not going to involve on these particular topics. But if you are putting having knowledge on that elements, your resume weight will be getting increased at that point of time.
Yeah.
These are the high level topics. Okay, these are the things we are going to cover. Okay, I am going to cover in my content. Okay, these are all the things individually, each and everything we are going to discuss in a detail.
Okay.
Any questions up to now?
If I go project also, what is that domain?
That means you are saying about live project training.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is again a banking application, banking domain application. I'm going to show it to you.
Okay.
Banking domain application, that is. Got it? Any other questions?
Yeah.
This is the thing I'm going to go. If from my side it has completed. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Yeah, that's all. Because anyhow you are introduced that Java also, right? After that you start with Selenium.
Yes, Java concepts I am going to tell you basics, and after that we will go for first basics we are going to cover. And one means purely if you are going with the Java, you are going to feel depressed at that point of time. First we are going to discuss about the basic concept to start WebDriver. Then parallelly, while I am discussing the topic in Selenium, parallelly I am going to explain the Java concepts. If it is remaining with any other things, parallelly I am going to cover my way.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
This is the part. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we will wind up the session for today.
Mm, because I don't have any knowledge about the Java and all, so I can go directly to WebDriver, means I can
Yeah,
get
that's
it.
what. That's what. But means directly without means that's what how much knowledge you require. I'm going to provide initially itself, right?
Yeah.
Then at that point of time, what is the problem you are going to face over there? Obviously, you are going to understand while I'm saying it. There is no problem. So you don't worry about that.
Okay.
And on daily basis, I'm going to share the recordings to you, whatever the class is running. On daily basis, I'm going to record the sessions and I'm going to share it to you.
Okay. Provide any notes, or
A recording I'm going because the time is not going to suffice to cover all the topics. That's what I'm going to share you the soft copy, okay, which is going to work like a reference. I'm going to send a soft copy. Apart from that, I'm going to send the recordings to you. Recordings means whenever the time you are going to get the doubt, immediately you can refer your recording, right?
yeah, that's fine.
Rather than the notes, the recording is most useful at that point of time. Is that right? Or not?
Yeah, while attending session and all, we can't get some doubts. After revision and all, we can get some doubts and all, right?
Yes. At that point
So,
of time,
yeah,
you are going to go through the recordings and you can get clarified with yourself at that point of time.
okay.
That's what I am going to provide the recordings at that point of time. That will be the means for your that is a better part for your from your side.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah, that's all.
I'm going to share the FAQs and sample resumes and as well as the particular means if you require the code also I'm going to share the code to you. Okay? Means in the recordings anyway it is going to available. Okay, if you require the code also I'm going to share the code at the end. Whatever the discussions we did, the total code will be uploaded in central repository as in GitHub. While I'm discussing the concept of GitHub, okay, I'm going to load all the programs from the starting to the ending day, what are the things we are going to discuss, all the things I'm going to load it into GitHub and you can download it from over there at your home.
Oh, okay.
Okay, any other questions? On daily basis, I'm going to share the recordings. Don't worry about that. Still, after getting that also, if you are getting any questions, you can communicate with me. I don't have any problem with that. I'm going to give the clarification at that point. But at least you have to try with yourself once. That will be better part for you only. Okay? At least try. You have to try it your part once. Still, if you are not getting, just come to me. I'm going to give you the solution for that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Then thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.